I don't think a lot of people realize that there's this kind of very obscure old law, very likely to be in effect in their state. Forced pooling is a set of state laws that are actually on the books in 39 states. And they basically say that oil and gas underneath your land can be extracted without your consent as long as you get paid a royalty. But with fracking, it's a kind of different scenario because it's harder to determine what a pool actually is. And also the health effects and environmental effects are largely considered to be much more extreme than conventional oil and gas drilling. In this particular community in Pulaski Township, there are about 3,000 acres of land that this company called Hilcorp is trying to frack for natural gas. And 99% of the landowners have signed leases with them in this unit or pool, but 4 of the landowners have not. And those 4 landowners only represent 35 acres. So basically it's this large rural area where all of the neighbors are waiting to get their royalties from this gas, and it's these 4 families that are holding it up. Some of the property owners that are dealing with forced pooling issues are staunchly against it because of the environmental factors. They worry about their kids, they worry about air pollution and it contaminating their water supply. People are starting to pay attention to when they hear that their neighbor's water turned black after they started drilling in a certain area, or there's now methane in someone's well. These things are absolutely happening, and I think word is spreading more neighbor to neighbor than necessarily in mass kind of activist movements. Other property owners feel very much that this is the government trying to apply a law that would take their property away, their property rights, for the benefit of a corporation. In terms of this one case in Pennsylvania, it's pretty interesting because Hilcorp's the 3rd largest drilling company in the US. They have a very formidable legal team. Whereas these 3 landowners who are suing Hilcorp found a guy who actually runs a bakery. He's a lawyer. It will be interesting to see how this pans out, but it's definitely a tough fight on their side. But a lot of people do feel that the outcome of this case will determine forced pooling in Pennsylvania as it applies to fracking, and potentially in other states it could set a precedent.